Any of you who watched the Oklahoma-Texas game, Red River rivalry this past weekend, saw a lot of special teams miscues, and most of them on the part of Oklahoma, who ended up winning the game. But we just want to take a look at just one here. There was a block punt, but also after the block punt, Oklahoma came back and tried to run a reverse off of the kickoff return that looked like it was going to be very successful. The ball got back toward midfield on the return, but as it turned out, the returner had actually flipped the ball forward to the reverse man coming back around here to the right side. So we just want to take a look at a couple things. The first thing I'm going to do is just hide the notes here and let you look at what we do with FirstDown Playbook is give you an opportunity to coach these things up with precision. And you've already got a well-drawn diagram that you can edit, but we also give you the opportunity to, highlight focal points about the play. Now, the thing we always tried to do with this play right here was to make sure that the returner would get north-south first and that the reverse player would come right back down either the numbers or whatever your landmark was, because you need to make sure that you're giving these two a chance to intersect somewhere to where they actually have a reference point where they've done it before. If the returner starts over here and there really is no reference point to where your reverse player is coming back, then you're going to get in all kinds of trouble, and that's probably what happened with Oklahoma. The other thing is that we encourage a handoff as opposed to a flip. Now, the flip is fine. Once again, you can execute that, but anytime you flip the football in the air, if you stop and think about it, the ability to flip this ball when you're going 100 miles an hour north, the reverse player is going 100 miles an hour south, all right, is hard when the ball can't be tossed forward. The ball has to be tossed at least laterally and backwards. And so stop and think about how hard that is when you've got all this open space out here, all this open field out here, and two players running at each other at 100 miles an hour. So what we're going to do here is go into the edit mode. First thing we'll to show you the notes. We give you an opportunity to, whether it's a left or a right reverse right here, to go in and put your notes in here, edit ours, or however you want to do it. But we're going to hide the notes right here and go into the edit version. And one of the things as a special teams coach, you have to be very aware of. Now, this is on a high school field right here. So this would not be very much help for someone in the NFL or someone at the college level. So we'll go ahead and just show you. That's why we have these fields right here. We'll click into a college field. You see the hashes have narrowed. All right, and this is very important because what you want to have is you want to have a landmark of where you want everything to happen. Everything from the blocks up front, the double team, all of the bluffs right here, trying to get everybody to buy the left return. You want to let these people win over the top so that they're actually taking themselves out of the play and instead of to the play. You want to have a double team right here that happens very similar to where you would have the double team happen if you were actually running to the left side right here. That way, when this double team finally does come off, the L3 wins over here away from the play, and now you're getting an extra blocker to come over and seal this reverse late. Over here on this side over here, once again, everybody wants to lose over here to the side of the initial return. And that will only happen if you simulate, that you're trying to cut them off. If you just let them win over here, they're not going to bat, and they're going to slow down, they're going to see it, and they're going to redirect, and somebody's going to get through to stop the play. Over here, it's kind of the same thing. You've got to really just kind of lumber around a little bit back here, but at the last second, get a pin. Now, let's go back over here. In this case, we call it our center end. All right, a little bit of an oxymoron there, but this player right here is going to protect this exchange point that we're talking about. All right, you need to make sure that you don't have a player come through unblocked, because somebody is going to be blocked by this tackle on the normal return. All right, end or tackle, whatever you want to call them. And so when you turn that player loose, you got to make sure that you have someone to protect this mesh point. Now, back to the mesh point again. One of the things that, once again, it's an important enough deal where we actually highlighted here. Now, in this drawing right here, once again, we're teaching the returner to advance 10 yards or so and then start to the end or to the tackle as we've got them here, so that they actually understand and have a reference point of where the player is that you're going to hand off to or flip to. You're not just running at each other, and now you really don't have any idea of who's in charge of setting the mesh point here. But at this point now, where the returner is going to break towards the reverse player, now in our version of it, the returner is going to hand the ball off, stick the ball out with their left hand in this situation right here, so that there is a clean handoff, and now you've got obviously one of your more talented players heading around the outside for the reverse side over here. Now, once again, you can flip this play if you want to, flip this ball if you want to, but keep in mind that as this player is coming, once again, full speed this way, this player is coming full speed here, that you have to be careful not to happen the same thing that happened to Oklahoma, because if this ball is flipped forwards, it's an illegal toss. This is not like an offensive play, all right? It's a deal right now to where this ball is a run that's down the field and can only be handed off or tossed behind. So another thing that we do is that we allow you to actually zoom in. You can move the players where you want to. If you want to have a focal point of what you want to show your players, maybe you want to make two different diagrams right here. And you come in and you can actually go down and show, all right, this mesh point right here, so that your players understand just how important that mesh point is. We'll go back here to the normal view. And then once again, like we said before, you can come over here and with your notes, make sure that you're putting in notes that correspond with your drawing for every player on the field. So just one more reason. And if you go into FirstDown Playbook in the special team section, this is just kickoff return alone, you're going to see that we have all types of schemes in here. And once again, with every one of these, you can change the field to an NFL field, to a college field, or to a high school field. You can flip the play left or right and get it suited to what you're trying to do. You've got everything from big field plays, wedge field plays, double team plays, and you're not going to find really anything that you're doing, whether it's a reverse, a throwback, any kind of trick play on the kickoff return that you want to do that's not already started in here. Now, if you want to draw from scratch, then feel free to do that as well. And then finally, the last thing on the way out, you'll notice that these plays are drawn on a long field. It's not a short field. We give you a long field option coming out of the end zone, going in to the other end zone, or the midfield like we have here. That way you don't have a play that doesn't give you the ability to use your landmarks, whether it be your number landmarks, your hash landmarks, and anytime you've got a big field play, meaning a play that's going to cover really the whole field from where the kickoff team in this situation is running down the field for your kickoff return, all of these landmarks and having the blocks take place right where you want them to have them take place, having the mesh happen where you want it to take place, and having the returner understand where the blocking is going to be on the far side are critical. So once again, FirstDown Playbook has 6-8 different phases of special teams, every one of them as detailed as the kickoff return you're looking at here. And we even offer you a clinic for every special teams phase that you can come in this a 60-minute clinic done by Charlie Corner, the owner of FirstDown Playbook, and there's often film with the University of Tennessee and some of the other places he's coached that accompany this clinic.